Hey everybody, welcome once again to the Real World Prepper. I am RWP.
I'm Mr. C.
Mr. C. You guys have met him before if you've been around long enough on this channel.
I don't have a head.
And we are going to...
It's fine. I get slouch.
We're going to have... You don't have to slouch. All right. So, Mr. C and I are... we're part of the same coalition, if you will, of... You know, we're in our group, you know, as far as prepping and all the stuff goes and all that kind of thing.
It's a home.
He's a comedian. He thinks he is anyway. And but anyway, we get together usually once a week, and we discuss plans and we discuss current events and you know, sometimes we just hang out and have fun. And but anyway, we try and stay in touch and, you know, keep our fingers on the pulse of things that are going on and all that kind of stuff, and compare notes and make plans and all that kind of stuff. So today is the day. You know, Wednesdays is typically when we get together.
Hump day.
And
why not?
Hump day, why not? And Mr. C came in and immediately I could see it in his face. You can't see it now, but I could see it in his face, you know. And I said, "What's on your mind?" He goes, "What's not on my mind?" And I said, "Hold on. Let's get this and have a candid conversation with RWP and Mr. C."
There you go.
So, just you started that. You started a monologue that I stopped you on to turn this on.
How many avenues can we go down? A country at civil war shortly. Economical fall, which is inevitable. Brother against brother. Neighbor against neighbor. It's happening already. People are pulling signs out of yards. I actually put a sign in my yard, not telling you who it's for, but it's right in front of my American flag.
Ross Perot.
Yes, because, can I finish?
Sorry.
Can I finish? See, that's the thing. Anyway, now we're aging ourselves. I'm just saying, if the sign ends up disappearing, I've got them on camera, and I paid for the sign, so, you know, I'll be seeking the maximum penalty of, you know, $100 fine. But damn it, I'm watching you.
That's right.
Anyway.
And let me add, it's way worse than just pulling signs.
Oh yeah. I mean, we
when you've got people walking right up to police cars and trying to shoot cops right in the face.
I wasn't even gonna go there because it's just, I mean, it's very thought provoking. It's very real, and as this thing continues to snowball, it's coming to a neighborhood close to you or a city, you know. But like their prerogative is pushing it to the suburbs, to where it hurts,
and out into the rural areas such as this.
Well, we'll see that. I think as far as rural areas at this point are, you know. Everybody, I would be under the assumption that they would think, no, you know what, I'm going to scratch that whole thinking. You know, it used to be back in the day, if you go out to the country, you're pretty sure somebody's going to have a gun, at least a shotgun, you know, for, you know, coyotes, whatever.
That's a fair notion.
Now the demographic of the age group that is really pushing all this agenda and whatnot, they don't have any sense.
You know, that's something. Well, and I think, if I may, what part of what you're saying, part of what is going on in that regard, and Zombie Farmer has spoke on this in his area. You know, I'm not going to say where he is. He's said it before. You guys know he's in Tennessee.
He's over there,
right? But he talked about how not only in his area, but in areas such as his, and we see it here too, in rural areas where you don't have all this inner city, you know, plight and garbage and leftist ideology and burning down businesses and looting and rioting and people getting thumped in the skull every time they, you know, end up at a convenience store or a bank or wherever. You know, out in the what are typically safer rural areas such as this, you're seeing people that are in these crap hole cities that have the wherewithal to leave those cities.
Yeah, but they want to bring their ideas to those areas.
That's it. They come out there and then they go, man, yeah, this is nice. It's quiet and everything. But you know what would be great? If we had, you know, if we could, you know, whatever. I mean, if we can insert ideology
this
A,
is-
B, or C here that we enjoyed there in our
This is-
California city or our New York City.
I
or
love
Northeast.
this out here, but if there was, let's say, a grocery store closer, I mean, or
I like that. I like a spot.
regular garbage pickup.
Guess who the garbage man is here out at Area 53? This guy. Now, I could pay somebody to come and do it, but now I can take care of it myself. No, I like the fact, I like being out here, being more rural, and it does, even with the things that I just mentioned, like that Zombie talked about and others have talked about, where some of these idiots are coming into the areas where smart
Texas,
folks live.
There's a radio guy.
And I was just going to say, even with some of that influx taking place, it is still far better in a way, and I think also still very advantageous over cities and even suburbs in most cases. So
Advantageous, that's you. Okay. Trying to keep some humor in here.
Gotcha.
That being said, there's a radio talk show guy I listen to, not every day, but I do like his program. I think he's a very down to earth, real person, and he's got a show out of Texas, and he was making the jest of Texas should come up with a promotional video because a lot of people are moving there, closer areas, California, Oregon, whatnot,
Some of
coming
what
there.
we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
They're migrating. And he said that Texas should come up with a video that every new resident needs to see about you're moving here for reasons that you're leaving. So keep Texas, Texas.
And don't bring that crap.
Don't bring that crap here.
Right.
And I think some of this though, a lot of people are waking up, but the snowballs that are already rolling as far as our economy, as far as this mask requirement, and our rights. By the way, I love the new commercial here that we have over this state. We're gonna be this. Can I say the right state?
I'm in Tennessee.
Okay,
I'm in Tennessee.
In Tennessee, one of the new things is this is the new face of Tennessee. Until there's a vaccine.
Yeah. Oh,
until there's a vaccine.
Let me speak to that for a second.
What happened to the curve in 14 days?
Right. And let me speak to that. That it I would say it amazes me, but it doesn't, because it doesn't surprise me. But how quickly states, municipalities, big businesses, small businesses, mass media, and all of the sales ads, commercials, etc. Everybody, how quickly they got on board with production of commercials that include the social distancing, the mask wearing, how they're normalizing that whole thing. It just blows my freaking mind.
Stupid phone commercial or
I
know insurance commercial where she's in the store, he's outside the store with a mask on behind the glass. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's all come on. You can't go in a box store or a chain grocery store without hearing we practice social distancing and blah 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 blah. Let's keep shoving that right up your,
Well, let me say this, and I will say this proudly. I have yet to wear a mask, save for one day at work. A couple of weeks ago. Well, a couple of weeks ago.
I was in that conversation. That's why I'm laughing.
My boss, you guys know what what is it? A shamag, I think is how you say it. I may be saying it wrong. It's the big handkerchief thing that you see them wear, like in desert climates. You see a lot of military guys wear them.
Well, that's totally out of my.
Anyway, it's just a big.
vocabulary.
It's like a big, like a giant bandana almost. You can wrap it around your head and all kinds of different.
That's what I would have said.
Well, I've got one. I keep it in my bag, my EDC bag.
It's funner to say it the other way, though.
What?
Shamag.
I think it's called a shamag, if I'm saying that right. But anyway, I keep one of those in my bag. I have for years. Well, a couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago at work, the boss, the owner of the company, had sent an email out. He was trying to build another facility in the same county, and so he was having some of the county officials there at our location to this little business meeting
Come
room
in, check
that
it
they
out.
have to have a conversation. And he sent an email out that morning. He said, "Please make sure everybody has your mask on." They are loosely they don't. My business I work for. Some people wear a mask, some people don't. We've got the signs up. The state where I work, which is not the same state I live in, is supposed to be masked everywhere and all that.
Flies to work every day. It's just
that's right.
incredible.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, but
for now,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so and he told us what time. He told us what time the meeting would be and what time they would be there and how long it would last. It was going to be about an hour and a half. So a few minutes prior to them arriving, I took the shamrock and wrapped that dude up to where you could only see this right here.
Who's that?
That is.
I mean, sorry for pausing that
That's
middle of the
okay.
video, but that's somebody
Yeah.
just walked right up
All
there.
right. So my wife is part of this whole.
Oh, don't get me started.
Yeah,
Don't get me
yeah.
started.
It's
Anyway,
the-
you come and put the money
Through
under the mat
social
and
media,
take the shit. Yeah.
you can
Boom.
buy and sell goods.
Oh,
and
speaking, I'm
somebody
glad.
just walked up to my front porch and
But hey, we're here. We saw them.
we saw it,
And it's on camera.
and it's on camera.
Yeah.
but at any rate, so that, aside from that, I haven't worn a mask.
I
Aside
want
from
to
that, I
jump
haven't
right
worn a
in
mask.
that.
Go
I'm
ahead.
jumping on that. All right. Last Thursday, I've been toying with this idea, dropping my social media, and everybody's on it. F something.
Let me preface what he's about to say by saying he had become very vocal lately, where he hadn't been for years. But he'd become very vocal and jumping on any post where somebody posting something stupid, and he'd call them out on it in a second.
Yeah, I wasn't trolling.
No,
Because
no.
I'm only open to the people that I am supposedly friends with. Aha. I'm not open to the world and all that. So the people that I am commenting on, like the last girl was like, you can just pass on by. And I go, I think you're forgetting why you're on Facebook.
Right.
But anyway, I'd been toying with the idea because they keep changing all, and I've been pulling pretty much everything that I'm posting now. And the last 3 things that I posted the same thing 3 times. And all 3 different fact checkers came back with 3 different reasons why it was pulled. But never, adding words to it, adding context, and they never said, yeah, whatever. Well, I started pulling my business. I pulled it, and it said it'd be 14 days before it'd be totally gone. But long story short, it wouldn't let me pull my phone number. It wouldn't let me pull this or that. I mean, I was pulling pictures off of it that I wanted to keep because, back in 2008, when I joined,
Right.
just checking pictures and
Right.
sharing, and because that's what it's for. What it's about, sharing
What
information.
it was for, but till it became a political machine
Right.
for the left. So.
Well, I got so frustrated, and then they came out with, boom, October 1st, we're going to, really be up your butt. I was like, wouldn't let me pull stuff. So I changed my age to 8 years old, and my page went blank within 5 minutes.
Is that how you did it?
Yep, and the messenger, same thing. It flashed about 8 times and then literally went down. And I asked my partner at the time, I said, hey girl, pull me up, see if you can pull me up. All it is like just a blank.
I tried and I don't even find you.
Right.
I don't even
I'm
find your
gone.
footprint.
So if you want to get off that crap and get it out of your head, and because it's making you mad and you're boom because you're talking to idiots, just change your age.
Not that he's an idiot, but he's.
But
yeah,
make sure you
making
pull
him go
those
crazy.
pictures. And the thing too was it wasn't letting me pull everything. There's certain pictures and stuff that
You can
are
screenshot
theirs.
some of that stuff.
I could, but that's not the point because this is supposed
Yeah,
to be your
agreed,
information,
agreed.
your property,
Wait.
whatnot.
Now wait.
But if you don't pay for it,
Well, and also you
I
do
have to join
sign
another site,
an
so.
agreement that I say you sign an agreement. You click that you agree to terms that nobody reads that do include we reserve the right to use.
When
and
you
keep
put your
and blah, blah, blah,
finger
blah, blah.
on that button that's got a needle in the middle of it, and they got your blood, it's over. That's one of the new things with the thing, the Band-Aid with the little
vaccine,
needles on it, the little
with
vaccine. Put it right across your
There's
hand.
hey,
Let's mark your beast right there.
Speaking to that, there's a video I
and
saw.
genetically change your youth.
Yeah, there's
and
a
your offspring.
There's a video I
And
saw
you.
yesterday or
Sorry.
day before. If I think about it, I'll link it in the description on this one.
I'll send it back to you.
But I've got it, but it's on this phone here. So,
but yeah, he needs to link that because and give her a minute because she sounds a little, like Valley Girlish or just kind of.
she's a doctor.
She's too hip to be a doctor, but when she says her stuff,
I didn't catch what
I did. It's in the first. It's in the first 2.5 minutes.
But nonetheless, she
has
valuable information
on it
about the whole COVID.
And you've never come up with any kind of vaccine whatsoever, but you're one of the leading companies. And
hold on,
your background is in genetics. The video.
I
just wanted to throw that in there.
It's about the vaccine and what it's going to be, why it's being fast tracked, especially for a disease that is or a virus or whatever that is.
Are you hearing Bill Gates?
Nowhere near.
Bill Gates said we're going to be wearing masks the next 2 years because it's going to be another 2 years.
Anyway,
when they totally kill the economy.
I'll link that. You need to check that out.
If we're still alive.
And also, I want to add this too. We talked earlier about moving from crap hole places to more rural areas to if you're trying to get away from that kind of stuff. There is a
I don't
YouTuber.
Consider my home a crap hole.
There is
but I want to move.
There is a YouTuber, and I forgive me if I'm getting this wrong, and I'll try and link this as well. Ozark Prepsteaders, and I have talked to this woman. I haven't talked to her husband. It's her and her husband on this channel, and they are in the business. I think they're realtors, but they have specifically gotten into the business lately of relocating people specifically to areas where there are like-minded people. Like, for example, let's say.
So they're going in an area.
Well, let's say you live in San Francisco. Okay.
Oh, God.
Let's just say you live in San Francisco.
Hi.
And you want to get out of San Francisco and you want to get, I don't know,
I'm sorry, that was homophobic.
To somewhere in Nevada that's very rural and you'd like to have neighbors that are preppers, maybe right leaning or whatever your preferences are.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Specifically, that's it though. It's like right leaning.
If you're
conservative,
a true prepper,
and her and her husband
know that.
Her and her husband specialize in finding these areas, and so not only relocating you with real estate wise, but also getting you hooked up in areas
in a community
that you want you want to be in. I will try and link that.
I need that link.
I'll try and link that. Their YouTube
because I don't know
channel
anybody like that in my area.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna. I'm not say where we're close to, but let's put it this way:
but
if there's a crappy city here, and I'm out here in the rural, Mr. C lives about right here.
Yeah.
So
I'm somewhere in between, but closer to where I don't need to be.
True.
And that's another thing too that I've really been on the fence right now. It's like, should I go ahead and sell the house now and try to vamp out and get out and blah blah blah? That's another
it's a seller's
conversation.
market, not a buyer's market.
Exactly.
That's for sure. So you do well on the sale, but
then where do I go?
Finding a comp.
And where do I go right now where I'm comfortable? Mm-hmm. That I at least know the routine of some of my neighbors. I might not speak to them, but you see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's one of the issues I'm dealing with right now. It's like I want to so bad, but then it's like to acclimate to a property. I mean, I could tell you that. I mean, it'd take a minute. I mean, unless I'm out like patrolling and whatnot.
Well, I can
and
tell
then
you.
that'd be the weird neighbor, and that might work out for me.
We've been here, since June here at Area 53. Since June of last year, so what is that?
And I'd say I know this area pretty damn good.
So that's 15 months.
That's 2 cuss words.
And just, I told him on the beginning to
don't
keep
because I do have somewhat of a.
But that is in 15 months, and just in the last month or two, I really feel like I know the lay of things. I know who people are, and just like Mr. C said. May not talk to some of them, but know who they are, know what they're about. They know
what they drive.
Right. Know their kind of their routines and these kind of things. So
and it's that makes me comfortable in a sense. And it's like I walk out my backyard, I'm like, man, I feel so comfortable here. I feel safe, blah blah blah. But I know when this all really starts coming down, it's the last place I'm going to want to be.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, if it gets as bad, and I'll say this too. You hear all these left-wingers and just how terrible they are and whatnot, but I think some of the right-wingers might upplay some of this stuff as well. So you really have to, all right, what kind of civil war could it be?
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to somebody that we both know, but it was just a random conversation I had a couple of weeks ago, and I was turning my back to the guy, and he goes, I can't believe we're about to be in another civil war, and it just kind of threw me off, and I'm like, wow, I was kind of thinking that too, but to what degree? Like, am I going to have to move to another state, or am I, that's where it gets kind of
we do not know how all this is going to fall.
No.
And I know that between now and November, things are going to get hairier. I believe that anyway. I'd like to say I had a bead on what's going to happen. I know that people are not going to vote for Joe Biden. They may vote against Donald Trump. They may possibly vote for Kamala Harris. And check this out, too. If you hadn't heard about this, look at...
is that how you say
today
her name?
is... Whatever, however you say. I think I say Kamala, but because like the wrestler.
Wrestler.
Today is Wednesday, September the 16th. I believe it was yesterday.
When she talked for 2 minutes and 42 seconds about nothing.
She was. I just saw a news bite that had both her and Joe Biden on two separate occasions. I think both that took place yesterday.
And it was
where they referred to the Harris-Biden administration.
Actually, the first time she said it, she said
the Harris administration along with
Biden,
along with Joe Biden.
And then she had to backtrack.
I'm telling you, dude, evil tells you its plans. Evil tells you its plans, and the plan is, and I've said it from the jump, from the get-go, that whoever was Joe Biden's VP pick before he had one, that's who's going to be president if that ticket gets elected.
I mean, I hate to pray, like...
You hate to pray?
Just badly about somebody, but if Joe Biden literally just tripped out on camera, we'd at least, skip that beat there for a minute. He just gets up there and forgets who he is for a minute and pees his pants. This would all be over.
I thought he's already done all that.
Well, that being said, the economy, the snowball of what's happening financially and what's with this COVID and whatnot, man, it's just we're going to have a new country.
Oh, it's already on the way.
I mean, there is no, and I don't even know if I'm going to survive.
I feel like we're those conservative twins.
Well, I don't even know if I'll survive.
You know what I'm talking about?
Financially, what do you mean?
The guys, the conservatives, the YouTube channels. These two brothers are twins.
Here we go.
And anyway, I don't know. They riff off each other. It's funny.
Are we ripping?
Riff.
Riffing. Ah.
Riff, like riffing. But hey, so
I had to, man.
Many of you know, I've said a million times that I'm not the big Donald Trump guy either.
No.
Okay. However, I hope that he wipes the floor this November.
At this point, it's not the lesser of two evils.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not.
I mean, if he doesn't get in there, all this is happening in a fast track.
Yeah.
Because it's happening.
Yeah.
At least the economy and the COVID and the vaccine and all that is still going to be
the vaccine will be mandatory, and the vaccine will. And I'm going to, again, check out the link that I'm going to put in the description of this woman's video.
Go back and watch Tucker Carlson last night.
They are going to put nanotechnology.
Tuesday.
We're
September 15th.
I like how we talk over each other.
I'm
They're
sorry.
talking humans 2.0. I mean, it's messed
up.
It is along with everything that's going on. They're trying to rid the world of certain types of humans and people who think certain ways, and they're trying to change the humans that remain in such a way that they can control and own them. And if you think this is science fiction and this is hocus pocus and BS, you are wrong. And if you keep believing that, you're going to find out the hard way. That's no doubt about it.
It literally goes back to the one lab that genetically has got a guy on there that has genetically engineered an RN, and it's getting way beyond my education, but they've already done it.
Yep.
And they want to put it in your body. So when you get, and if you're young enough, you're going to pass it on, but they're already messing with your kids, so... well,
listen.
This might have to be a two-parter.
And I was just going to say, we're hitting close to 25 minutes here. So
and y'all left like 18 minutes ago.
Yeah, y'all
if
left.
You're back from a pee, we go back and listen.
Y'all left at y'all left at about 6.5 minutes by my by my stats. But anyway, if you are still here, check out the link. I'm gonna link the and I feel like a flea just pulled up my nose or something, or a gnat or something.
Could
All
be.
right, check out the link to this video, and I can't remember what it's called, but I'll link it. And also check out the link for the YouTube channel. I think it's Ozark Prepsteaders. If it's not, you'll figure it out when you click the link. And me and Mr. C will talk again with you later. Thank you for joining us. And if you stuck around for this long,
Man,
let me know in the comments that you did. I'm just curious.
because that would be cool.
That's another thing. The
And
YouTube
it's like, hey,
stats are kind of bogus sometimes.
we actually try to do this once in a blue moon, but sometimes somebody's not totally up to it. This is part 2.
I'm the guy who
about schools.
I'm the guy
and what
who
they're doing to our
runs
kids.
a channel, and does videos all the time. But I'm not up
for it.
Right.
Nah.
Thanks a bunch. I'm the Real World Prepper, Mr. C here, and hey, catch you next time.
Hey man, later.